Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praise to the true and only living powers in the names of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakah HaKadosh, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who I'm taught and learn to shoot 100% from. Peace and blessings be to all you that are serving Yahweh Shema Shah sincerity, hoping for mercy and salvation in these last days, man. Shalom and Yahweh Shema Shah Brakathon. So this gonna be a quick lesson. You know, it probably won't even be 5 minutes long, but I was just having some thoughts through the spirit on this on Esau's artificial intelligence, right? Because when you go into the book of Revelation, I think it's the 16th chapter, it talks about the miracles of the beast, right? Basically going into how this man was going to have technology on the left-hand side that was going to be basically like kind of like a godlike capability, right? And the MOTB actually ties into that, right? Because when you take the MOTB, you know, it's able to, you know, if you was lame, you couldn't walk or something, you'll be able to walk because it'll do something to your neurological system. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to text just by thinking of, you ain't gonna have to pull out no phone, and you know what I mean? That would be considered a miracle. Even how this man is able to openly just cut you open and give you a heart transplant, right? Shock your ass and quote unquote bring you back to life. Them is all miracles, man. Right? But even going with the, you know what I'm saying, with the deception, how this man is able to use that deep fake technology, right? Because the reason I'm doing a lesson is because I've been seeing it a lot lately, man. You know what I'm saying? Where it'd be a whole ass video, the shit look real than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The shit'll look super real, and I'm the type of Jake, bro, I got good discernment where I could tell if some shit fake or not. You know, I could tell the difference between real and fake. And some of these videos, they be looking real than a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, I thought this was an actual like video. You know what I'm saying? The whole time it was artificial intelligence, deep fake technology, man. You know what I'm saying? They able to Photoshop or take your face and put it on somebody else's body, and it'll look like it's you doing whatever the fuck it is they doing. And I remember I actually watched a movie called The Dark Web, probably like 4 years ago, but I say about 4 years ago. And I remember in that movie, they actually had showed you how Esau had the ability to stop the camera if you was in the middle somewhere, do something with your face, and it can be a motherfucker breaking into a house. They put your face on his, and then make you seem like you did something that you weren't even doing, man. Right? This is the persecution that we up against, man. Right? Brothers is getting ready to deal with demonization like you ain't never even dealt with before, bro. Right? Esau may make it fuck around and look like you went and chopped off somebody's head. Brothers, we don't condone in none of them type of actions. But one thing about the so-called white man is that he gonna try to flip the script on us, so to speak, man. He gonna try to make it seem like we the bad guy the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You know, we the good ones, man. Right? But that's the job of the so-called white man, to come down with that persecution and make it seem like brothers are something that they not. Like I remember the elder Amon Gabar had typed it in on Chat GPT about Great Millstone, and basically Congress and Labor brothers, and particularly in Great Millstone, as domestic terrorists, man. Right? So they gonna do this. Right? They gonna do this, and they may start off with demonizing the Proud Boys, the KKK, so on and so forth, but all that is gonna be basically for a bigger picture to shut down this truth, man. Right? And they gonna try to shut down this truth by demonizing brothers. Brothers don't be out here doing no type of nigga shit, and they gonna try to make it seem like you one of the most niggas of the niggas, bro. Alright? So the first scripture that I wanna grab real quick is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2. And verse Salakia, bear with me. Second Thessalonians 2 and 9, it says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And it's going to be a lot of Jake that be deceived by this man's propaganda. Right? Jake that's heavy into watching Fox 34 News. You know what I'm saying? They going to turn on the news, and this going to be somebody that know you like the back of their damn hand. All right? They gonna know that you don't do nothing but teach the Bible, and you kick it to yourself, bro. You be chilling for real, right? You may get a drink here and there, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you a cool Jake. That motherfucker gonna believe that shit, bro. All right? Because they not in the truth at the end of the day. This is why brothers say that if your family ain't in the truth, whoever ain't in the truth, you gotta look at them as a possible enemy, man. Even your damn rib, bro. I wouldn't even be surprised if my rib, you know what I'm saying, would turn her back on me like how Job's wife did in that time, from some shit that she see on goddamn, the news channel, whatever. You gonna have Jake that's heavily invested and believing whatever the fuck Esau put out on these news sources. They gonna see brothers, they probably got a mug shot or some shit. You know, they talking about they got a warrant out for your arrest. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you such and such amount of credits on your MOTB. Or he even give you fiat currency, this damn American dollar. They'll give you some funds if you turn them in. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth, bro. All right, shit like that is gonna happen. I remember a brother had a vision, probably about, man, I don't even remember. But the brother had a vision on people coming from overseas to hunt members of the elect, man. All right. So Esau gonna use his propaganda, and because that's one of his lying wonders, man. That's one of his miracles, how he's able to deceive you, right, with his deception on the damn media, man. And that's what it all goes back to. Media goes back to the sorceress media. You know what I'm saying? And basically she would give you a potion to stimulate your mind, so to speak. She was a sorceress, right? But that's what media comes from, because Esau puts his deception out there, and it does what it does, man. Right? Deceive Jake. Just like how they told you motherfuckers to go and buy a bottle of toilet paper at the beginning of the pandemic. What y'all gonna do? That shit ain't got nothing to do with you know what I'm saying, you know what. But y'all went and bought that shit up. They just goes to show you the power of the media, showing you that it's witchcraft, man. So Esau's gonna use that against the elect, bro. He's gonna use that against this truth. But as the scriptures say, you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. At the end of the day, we know that they may shop Hezekiah. You know what I'm saying? They may Photoshop Hezekiah face on somebody's shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is something that, hey, you got to count the cost when you come in. This is something that we already know what they're going to do, man. So I want to grab this, this last scripture, and I'm going to close it out. So let's go to the book of 1 Peter. I believe it's the 3rd chapter, Salakia. Salakia, hold on. There it is. All right. This is the book of 1 Peter 3:16. It says, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach. Good conversation, that's not only just going into the conversation that you having that's coming out of your mouth, but also going into your actions. All right, brothers don't be out here, you know, getting drunk at bars trying to fight motherfuckers and shit. And if it does happen, it's not like brothers being the fault of it, for real. You don't see brothers selling dope. You don't see brothers whatever, right? You don't see brothers doing none of that. Brothers is trying to be found blameless in the sight of Yahweh Shemashah. Like I said, brothers for the most part live simple lives. They go to work, go to the crib, may have a hobby, fishing, You got brothers that like working out, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, brothers don't be out here doing no wrong like that for real. But Esau, what he gonna do is he gonna make it seem like you do, man. Right? Using that that AI. Alright, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, man. I don't run to Zion. The lesson was, quick, but edifying to the ears of the elect, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna face the east, closing it out, giving all the glory and infinite praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone, who I'm taught and learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be to you, Wad, that is serving Yahweh Shema Son sincerity, man. Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shalom.